She's using her color. I thought that Martin Luther King said the color wasn't the issue. I thought it was the content of our character that we were supposed to be recognized for. But if she's going to keep running on that color, she's going to have a misconception about how black people really roll.
If you bring somebody into office that looks like you, but then continues to detriment your community, what was that for? But if you choose somebody who can raise your community, then you chose the right one.
Yes. Wait,
so,
who do you choose?
Personally, I choose Trump.
I'm looking for who I think is more qualified to run the country. That's all I'm looking at.
Black Latinos are starting to be a little bit more critical. They're fed up of their hard-earned money going to illegal, undocumented people.
Kamala Harris did not do a good job on the border because from what I know, a lot of people were coming from the other side and doing a lot of bad things to what we call home.
I think she's not a good candidate for president because she's with Joe Biden for the past 2 years, a wreck up in New York, you know.
Colors don't matter, man.
Right, they don't.
Ask God, man.
That's true. So what do you think about a candidate that uses their race as a selling point? Do you think
That's some weird
That's weird?
You lost. You lost already, 2024. If you racist today, you lost. Nobody going against Trump.
It's not about race. It's about what they provide for the society, is what they could do for the community.
With her putting a lot of black Americans in jail for the marijuana, they're not really going for her.
We also got people's thoughts on Trump's recent comments on Harris's ethnicity.
She was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black.
Yeah, she was Hindu when it suited her purpose, you know, and now that she's running, the black vote suits her purpose. So, like Trump said, you know, now she's black.
Donald Trump is absolutely right. Her mother is Indian, her father is Irish Hindu, and she's always presented herself as Indian.
What do you think about Trump saying Kamala Harris is black? I thought she was Indian. She was saying she was Indian.
That's my response. Trump is an open book, yo. Facts.
That's just Trump being Trump. I don't believe he's racist. I don't even think he has a racist bone in his body.
And Trump said that Kamala Harris always portrayed herself to be Indian, and now all of a sudden she's saying she's black.
Right? Nah, she's really Indian. She just want our support. She's trying to snatch our support away from Trump. But that's not how that's going down.
All right, guys, so we got to talk about this video that is going viral of this woman who is a former Democrat who now says she is voting for Trump. And I think videos like this are important to share because it really gives you insights in regards to how voters who used to be Democrats are thinking when they switch to Republican, when they say, hey, now I'm voting for Trump. And surprise, surprise, most of the reason why she is switching over is because she's sick and tired of the hatefulness and divisiveness that comes from the Democrats, and also because of key issues like the economy, which are really the issues that Republicans should be focused on more so than anything. So without further ado, I want to react to it. But before we get into it, we have to have a word from the sponsor of this video, Noble Gold. Are you worried about the future of the U.S. economy? With so much uncertainty in the air, it is natural to fret about the security of your retirement savings. However, there's one asset that stands the test of time, and that is gold. For centuries, gold has been a hedge against market volatility and economic instability. With a gold IRA from Noble Gold Investments, you can harness the power of precious metals in order to secure your financial future. By rolling over your existing IRA or 401k into a self-directed gold IRA, you can enjoy the potential for long-term growth and stability. Diversify your portfolio with a tangible asset that has real value. Setting up a gold IRA with Noble Gold Investments has never been easier with its streamlined process and expert guidance. This election year, do not let the volatility and uncertainty keep you up at night. Vote for the timeless safety of gold and silver in 2024. And Noble Gold Investments will give you up to 10 1-ounce silver Trump coins or a 10-ounce silver American flag bar if you open a qualified account. Go to noblegoldinvestments.com now. That is noblegoldinvestments.com. And just remember, there's a risk with every investment and there's no guarantee of any kind.
My name is Jade. I am a former Democrat. Unlike Kamala Harris, I'm an actual real-life black woman.
Yo. Yo. Wow. Torched immediately. Torched from the beginning. Wow. Guys, it's so funny to me how the whole, Kamala might not be black thing. Again, a lot of, just to be honest with you, there's a lot of white people that say, "Oh, well, I'm uncomfortable with that," right? I don't like that, right? But hey, I gotta tell you, with black folks, it definitely was effective, right? It was most certainly effective because a lot of black people feel that way about Kamala Harris. So, I just find it to be hilarious how you got so many black people just openly saying, "Yeah, I don't really believe Kamala's black." Which again is, I think when it comes down to the black vote, again, ideally, you should not have people voting based off skin color and race, but there are a lot of people out there that will do that, right? So, a lot of people not believing that Kamala is black, I mean, hey, that could hurt her.
And I'm a former Democrat who is currently registered Republican.
Welcome.
I stand here before you today because I'm tired. I'm tired of the Democrats using the generational trauma of my people to garner votes. They invoke fear. They tell me I'm oppressed. They tell me I'm less than. They tell me I'm not good enough. And they tell me that my white brothers and sisters in Christ are my enemy. No. They are not. As a follower of Jesus Christ, Ephesians 5:11 tells me I must expose the works of the enemy. And the enemy is telling me that don't worry that I can't pay my bills, that I'm working 6 days a week this week and I'm tired. And I went to school and I have a career. I'm doing worse under this administration than in Donald Trump's administration, but I'm told to be afraid of a man who made my life better.
Yep.
How does that work? Make it make sense. During COVID, I knew more of my white guy friends that lost their jobs than me and my black girlfriends. We are the same in this country. All these Americans want the same thing. We want safety. We want prosperity. We want peace. And the Democrats keep going back and look, check it out, right? I honor my ancestors and the people who fought for us to be in this room here today. No one is discounting what my people went through, but honor them by getting past it and invoking forgiveness in this culture. I'm so tired of being told I need to be afraid. I'm so tired that I need to be told all the time that I have to vote for the Democrats who have done nothing positive for my life at all. My life is totally worse than it was during the Trump administration. Yet I kept having, you must vote for the Democrats. We're told this as black people since we were a child. Let's honor our ancestors by doing better and honor them, because they're rolling over in their graves hearing the fact that Kamala Harris is having Megan Thee Stallion twerk and showing our bodies as these just vessels of lust. That's not cool. These women out here are being told that Donald Trump is their enemy, when really, Kamala Harris opening up the border, look what happened to Lake and Riley. She's a woman. She was a woman just like I am. No woman, black or white, wants that to happen to her. All of these people whose kids are dying, the black moms, the white moms, they all cry the same color tears. So let's move past this. Let's vote for Donald Trump so we can all be prosperous again. Let's get out of this fear, this rage, and this anger, because it comes from the devil. So hear me, black folks. Hear me, white folks. We are so much more alike than we are different. We need to forgive each other. We need to help each other. And I don't owe the Democrats anything. They owe me. They're to serve us. They're public servants. Stop putting them on a pedestal. Make them work for us. My name is Jade.
Wow. That was amazing. It was amazing. Now, again, this is what happens when you have a rational thinker thinking rationally about politics and policy, right? Because I told you guys, I've said this before 1,000 times. There are a significant amount of people in this country who are not thinking rationally about this next upcoming election, right? Especially the Never Trumpers, right? The Never Trumpers are the most irrational people, okay? And the Trump deranged individuals as well, right? A lot of the irrationality comes from Trump derangement. But if you're thinking rationally, there's no way you should go into that voting booth and to vote for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. It just doesn't make sense. Look at the disaster that has been the Biden administration. versus look at the results under the Trump administration. The difference is clear. There's nobody that can put forth a good faith argument that Biden's economy is better than Trump's economy. And that's what really matters more than anything, right? And see, here's the thing. A lot of people, they're upset because you have black men deciding that, hey, you know what? We're going to vote based off our wallets, right? We're going to vote based off the economy. And they accuse black men of being selfish, okay, and saying that, oh, well, you don't want a black woman to win. You just want more money in your pocket. You just want to vote for your own self-interest. Yeah. You're most certainly right. You're correct, right? You're damn straight. Yes, I am voting because I want a better economic situation for myself, right, and for my family. Yes, you are absolutely 100% right. I am proud of it. I don't care. You can call me what you want. You can say I'm selfish. You can say all this. I don't care. Yes, I'm voting for my wallet. Yes, I'm voting based off the economy. Yes, absolutely. Because that is the rational thing to do, okay? And that's what Republicans are doing. Republican and conservative voters are rational voters, okay? You don't believe me? Check out this clip right here of this interviewer asking Republicans and Democrats why they're voting, what they're voting based off of, and tell me that Democrats aren't voting based off of irrational reasoning. Take a look.
So I'm talking to voters in Michigan. Here's what they're telling me. For the Democrats, they're voting based on values. For the Republicans, it's all about the economy. How big a role is the economy going to play in your vote, or will it play any role in your vote?
The economy does affect us, but not as much as being able to secure the future for our kids. There are opportunities for contraception, to love who they love, just knowing that they're safe no matter what platform they stand on.
Why do you feel like Trump would be the best for the economy?
When he was in office, I just feel like even though it was during pandemic, like everybody still came together as one and still kind of make things happen. Everything was a little more free. Gas was cheap. We were getting stimulus checks. Jobs were available. Like I had 8 job opportunities in the pandemic. Now it's barely, you go on Indeed, barely any. That's paying livable wage. Everything's going up, but the pay isn't going up. You get what I'm saying? And I feel like with Trump, that's going to change.
I still have a lot of research to do on who has a better vision for where me and my family are at. Recent homeowners, potentially looking to start a family, and just seeing who can kind of safeguard that and protect any potential investments we might be looking into doing. I absolutely feel that from a personal perspective, and again, that's just for me and my nuclear family, that finances and economics are right now number one, because I need to know that the next 4 years aren't going to be as hard as it's been the last 2.
What's your number one issue, and how does the economy, or will the economy, factor into how you're going to vote?
My number one issue right now is women's rights. I want my wife to have control over her own body. We're younger. We don't have kids yet, but we're planning to in the next year or 2. And I want to make sure that if something happens, during that pregnancy, God forbid, that, we can be taken care of and it's not going to be an issue.
What are your major issues going into the voting booth?
Women's rights, education policies, human rights, as well as gun safety and housing.
Do you think, Julius, that whoever is elected president can solve these problems? Can a president affect the prices at the daily deal supermarket standing outside?
Affect it? You never know. Probably will. It all depends what he's going to do and how he's going to go about doing it.
Or she.
Right.
Yeah, so you see that, you heard that, okay? So you have the people that are voting Democrat. Oh, well, I'm concerned about women's rights. Women's rights is not under attack, at least not from the right and conservatives, okay? But women's rights is under attack from the left. Most definitely women's rights are under attack from the left. Contraceptives are not under attack. Gay rights are not under attack. You can vote on abortion based on your own state, right? That's not a federal issue, okay? They're not codifying Roe v. Wade into law. Okay, they're not getting rid of IVF. None of these things are happening, right? None of these things that these people claim they're concerned about is happening. Listen, you have this person saying, well, the economy is very important, but securing a future for my kids is even more important. How How do you think that you can secure a future for your kids in a bad economy, right? The economy is the key to securing a future for your children. But Democrats have brainwashed their voters into thinking that securing a future for their children means they have to vote based off women's rights, right? Contraceptives, access to contraceptives. Like, what? Like, my mind is blown. I mean, this is the world that we're living in, right? We have people that actually think like this. Okay? So, again, this is this is what we're dealing with. This is what we're dealing with, guys. So, again, it warms my heart to see a former Democrat who actually is thinking rationally. And when you're thinking rationally, you realize, okay, the only option, the only real choice I have is to vote for Trump. Otherwise, you're probably not thinking rationally, especially if your number one issue is the economy. But unfortunately, Trump derangement causes cognitive impairment, right, in some people in regards to how they think about voting. So, again, it's an unfortunate reality, but this is the reality that we're dealing with. I'm just hoping that there are enough rational former Democrats, centrist Democrats, and independents that decide that, hey, you know what, I'm going to go with the rational choice, especially if your number one issue is the economy. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.